Hello, everyone. Sorry you can't see me. I'm working from a pretty ancient laptop over here. But anyway, I hope you enjoy. Yeah, I'm Glenn Fosbury. I'm going to talk briefly about a climate change album that was made by the University of Winchester's very own record label called Splendid Fred Records. So back in 2016, the Vice-Chancellor asked us if we could contribute a musical project on the theme of climate change. So we sent out a call for submissions across the whole of the university to all students and staff. And once the songs were written and selected, we recorded them, produced them, mixed and mastered to an industry standard. The final album we called This Changes Everything, and it was released in July 2016. And it was made available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, and to stream on Spotify as well. The uni also put in some cash to get 2,000 CD copies pressed, and they were given out to our incoming students that year. I'm especially proud of the lyrics, that they're not ever preachy or alienating, which is what you sometimes get with projects like this. But they're written to get people talking about this major issue and to think about their roles within the world. The songwriters position themselves not in roles of authority or superiority, but as people wanting to talk about the issues whilst also coming to terms with their own responsibilities and their failings and concerns. The album's been the record label's main focus for the last couple of years. We've employed over 100 students now in various roles, working behind the scenes in marketing and distribution. And each role's promoted the album within the university and in the wider world as well, and furthering those necessary conversations about climate change. Last year, I'm delighted to say that the album won the National Green Gown Award for student engagement. And earlier this year, we were shortlisted for the International Green Gown Awards, though sadly we lost out with that one, but never mind. Also earlier this year, we put on a multimedia art exhibition at the university, where we had submissions from local artists, sixth form colleges and university students who responded in different artistic ways to the lyrics from the album. That went really well. We had loads of people through the door. And really the whole point of this project, which, like I said, I'm very proud of, was to suggest that it's an issue, it's not going anywhere. No one should be ignoring it. And here at Winchester, it's always central to the dialogues we want our students to have. Hopefully with the album, we were able to start some very necessary conversations. So if you're interested at all in hearing the songs, they're available to stream on Spotify or download on iTunes. So just search for Splendid Fred Records, This Changes Everything, and hopefully you'll be able to listen to them.
So, yeah, my name's Chloe Andrews. I work in sustainability engagement at Man-Met Uni. I'm a recent graduate. I graduated this summer from Man-Met, and I've worked as a carbon literacy student trainer for the last 2 years. I'm here to talk to you about carbon literacy at Man-Met and my personal experience of the initiative. So a bit of background to carbon literacy. It's a large-scale climate change education initiative. It covers basic climate change science, climate justice, and how we can reduce our carbon impacts. It started in Manchester, but has now spread nationally and internationally. The photo on the left features our first cohort of student trainers with carbon literacy project founders and one of our coordinators, Jane Mork from MMU. So here at Man-Met, we've developed a thing called the Train the Trainer program. So we train our own students in the delivery of carbon literacy, which they then deliver to their peers and others at the university. We delivered this in order to compensate for the aviation emissions associated with the increased internationalization of our university. In terms of outcomes, it's been a really effective way to engage students with climate change. With research that we've done recently showing that 73% of participants reported an increase in climate change knowledge, 82% reported an increase in confidence in identifying carbon reduction actions, and 73% reported an increase in confidence in talking about climate change after they underwent their training. Personally, as a result of completing my initial carbon literacy training session, it sort of made me realise the importance of effective science communication, and also that there's still so much more to do and learn relating to climate change. This led me to sign on to the Train the Trainer programme, which vastly improved my communication skills, my confidence and passion towards sustainability engagement as well. And additionally, it enabled me to sort of integrate myself into my university and the wider green community of Manchester, which massively improved my student experience. All of this supported me in gaining my full-time position at ManMet. And yeah, there's some photos on the slide of me speaking at the EAUC conference about this year, and at the bottom, delivering carbon literacy to the Wildfowl and Wetlands Trust as part of my undergraduate dissertation. And then, yeah, a cheesy one in the middle of me promoting recycling, because I don't have any decent or professional photographs yet. So yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Any questions, just, yeah, tell Rosie or give me.
Okay, hi there. So yeah, we had hard rain on site here in 2010, which preceded Whole Earth, and it was really, really successful. So when Whole Earth came along, we thought, let's go for it again. We were approached directly by Mark, who created the exhibition. And it was clearly different to the first one in that it was about really truly engaging directly with academics and students on campus. So we thought that was quite an interesting progression, because there was a genuine aim to align with academic programmes. So we got our Pro Vice Chancellors for Teaching, Research and Enterprise on board, and we did that because a lot of the challenge areas that are actually presented in this exhibition relate to many of the teaching and research areas, certainly here, but I imagine across sector. And we then contacted schools individually, so basically pulled out the challenge areas relevant to each school and academic discipline, and sent that out just to try and make it easier for colleagues to sort of see how there might be relevance. And we had it on site for a month in one of our kind of really high profile areas on campus, so it meant that anybody could access it. We did put it out there into our local community as well, and we also made sure that any information on it in terms of the cell aligned with university strategy. It cost about £7,000 all in, and we worked that out to be about 50p a student in terms of sort of value for money, which we often need to be able to sell with these sorts of things. And once we'd completed the exhibition, we shipped it out to Dhaka in Bangladesh, to another university, so that it could carry on out there, and then they will have passed it on when they finished using it as well. And that's it.
I am Catherine from Keep Scotland Beautiful. If you've not come across us before, we're a Scottish environmental charity, and I'm going to attempt to give you a very, very whistle-stop tour of what we've done on carbon literacy. And lovely Chloe has given us a really good overview of what carbon literacy is, so I'm going to crack on and just let you know a little bit about what we've done with it. So Keep Scotland Beautiful, we are the first certified carbon literate organisation in Scotland, which we're very proud of and like to take our trophy around everywhere, which is great. The first thing that we did carbon literacy with, we have managed the Climate Challenge Fund on behalf of the Scottish Government to support and facilitate community groups to take action on climate change since 2008. We've been delivering training in some way, shape or form to these community groups since 2011, but since 2013 we've started to look specifically at the training that in 2016 was certified by the Carbon Literacy Project. Since then, we've run 24 courses. We have certified so far 267 individuals and counting, another course next week. We've also ran one and soon to be two courses internally. We've trained 22 staff, including executive team and members of our board. We've also run carbon literacy by communities courses, which supports community groups to take a one-day train the trainer course, which they can then go on and deliver within their own organisation. And our most recent is Climate Ready Classrooms, which is targeting students aged 14 to 17, certifying them as carbon literate and allowing them to work with teachers, children's workers and other members of the community in order to deliver that training to them. We've got a lot of great resources on our website, including our carbon literacy guide, which is designed to be almost this great individual document that anyone can use, particularly community groups that are designing community projects. And yeah, we're looking at working all across Scotland with different individuals and organisations to deliver that training wider. Thank you.